Let's do the astrology for March 2025. I will probably be doing some more extensive astrology for this month about the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, but I was trying to get this part out, and so look for another video about the lunar and solar eclipse that's happening in March. Okay, the big news this month is the Venus retrograde. Venus is a part of all of us. She is that connection we have to others that supports beauty, desire, and connection. She teaches us that the more we see the beauty, desire, and connection within us, and we accept that within ourselves, then the more we have the opportunities to find the perfect timing that will allow us to connect to others in generous and wonderful ways that attract in abundance. When Venus is retrograde, we need to take another look at how and if we are really loving ourselves in ways that allow us to become more healed and whole. The next 6 weeks of the Venus retrograde allow us to go more deeply into the spaces that have been hidden and where we need to resolve and witness things from our past that perhaps are incomplete and where we did not feel loved and where we might have neglected ourselves. This is a week to notice what our needs are currently and to figure out how to value those desires and move them in another direction. The Venus retrograde is like looking in a mirror to our shadow self that has been neglected. It is a moment to see how our past experiences have shaped who we have become and to see that it is time to claim our worthiness and beauty in ways that allow ourselves to be seen in a new light. This week, the backwards spin of this engaging planet is in the fire sign of Aries. The question is if you are walking your talk and if you are living from a place of respecting others, but also respecting our own creative expressions, intuitive insights, and our own truths. What is clear is that we are being asked to have the courage and passion to take actions in the ways that will matter to us in the long run. But we must do it from a place that we are being true to our own heart. March 2nd, Venus goes retrograde till April 13th. The Sun in Pisces squares to Jupiter in Gemini, and Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, is exactly conjuncting Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. There is a lot going on, and what is clear is that any choices and decisions need to wait. We are in a storm of change and are bound to make the wrong choices if we think we need to push right now. What we will need is a lot of tact and diplomacy, a quality of Venus. We need to go slow and gather our forces. We need to recognize that the chaos in the world wants to breed more of that. Venus wants us to slow way down, gather those wiser than us to us, and create a strategy that can go the distance. March 3rd, Mercury goes into Aries. We move from questioning whether it is happening whether what is happening is really real, to moving our conversations into a more bold and impulsive form of expression and action. At least we will feel as if the fog has lifted off our mind and we can finally move with more decisive instincts. March 8th. The Sun in Pisces trines Mars in Cancer. This is a day when the stresses of the past few days might finally begin to move towards healing. March 11th. Mercury and Venus will conjoin in Aries. We feel the power of the bold and yet crave creation of the beautiful. March 12th, the Sun and Saturn will conjoin in Pisces. Today you might want to retreat from the world. What becomes clear is if we do not care for ourselves, then our exhaustion is our fault. We need to take time to just be without an agenda. We are in a special moment. That moment is an opportunity to reclaim the magic that has seemed to diminish in the force of so much change. Take this opportunity to heart and really work with it. March 14th, full moon in Virgo and a lunar eclipse. Saturn and the Sun and Neptune and the nodes are in conjunction with Pisces. What is clear is we have a lot of things happening, and we are learning to figure out how to endure this lasting drama and tension between the dark and the light, the chaos and the order. Pay attention to the things that you clearly need to let go of. Expect some very unsettling developments that will challenge our resources and our financial stability. You may feel as if you are struggling with your energy. This lunar eclipse is a doozy, and it will form tight aspects to Saturn and Uranus. We are in store for a powerful disruption that will create a total overhaul of systems. March 15th, Mercury will go retrograde. This retrograde is going to go through April 7th. If you are not born in a Mercury retrograde, this is not the time to sign papers or to make final agreements. Be meticulous to your details, read the fine print, and remember to take your time. March 20th, the Sun goes into Aries. There's an equinox. The Sun and Neptune conjunct. This is a time when there will be many feelings of confusion as we move into this mystically charged moment in history. Many external events will ask you to pay attention and to choose your life, and at times demand that your needs and wants are essential. March 23rd, the Sun conjoins Venus and Mercury. Pluto is sextile. We are feeling a bit better today. The lows of the past weeks shift, and we find new energy reserves that we did not know we had. We feel more ready, willing, and able to step into a new space. March 27th, Venus moves in its retrograde into Pisces and conjuncts Neptune. Emotions run strong today, and try to channel that into romantic feelings. There is a doorway to discover your magical and mystical self if you have the courage to leap. March 29th, new moon in Aries and a solar eclipse. The potential for conflict is very strong right here and for the next many weeks. The Aries energy wants to rapidly move forward. This eclipse pulls us into finding a new level of personal courage. It's time to recognize and discover those things that have been blocking our forward progress. We're asked to look at those things that have been consistently undermining ourselves. March 30th, Mercury goes back into Pisces. The Pisces and Neptune energy wants to dissolve the old reality completely away. It can be hard and painful to watch. This month is filled with actions that cannot be denied because the facts are blatant and impossible to ignore. Outcomes are going to be impossible to predict, and the overall feeling is not very pleasant. Notice what feelings are motivating your intentions. Notice if you are coming from a clear place. Notice if you are acting rationally or rashly. Choices made without clarity could make things even more difficult. Thanks, everyone.